Hi, so this is my choice board. My lesson plan is learning verbs, and it's specifically for like third to sixth grade. And I'm going to be teaching special education, so I think all of these websites and resources would work in the special ed realm. For the appetizers up here, it's a lot of learning what verbs are. So we have a Quizlet, a video from Schoolhouse Rock, and something called verb sticky notes, which is when you pick a verb and you put each tense where it belongs. So past tense, present tense, and future tense, which is all from using ed, ing, or putting will in front of the word. And then for entrees, I have like testing. In my lesson plan for Showcase 1, I used a website that has games the games are honestly really hard. So that will help them, and it records all of their activity and how well they do. So if I'm logged in as them, I can see how they're doing, or I can have them send a screenshot of how they did. I also have a link for an online quiz, which they can also submit screenshots of how well they did and test how well they know their verbs. And an activity called book hide and seek, which is when you're usually given a children's book and they have to go through and highlight all the verbs they see on the pages, and then I can look through each of their books. And then for dessert, I have a bunch of games. The first one is charades. So they have a verb they need to act out, and the other students have to figure out what it is. A word search, where they're given a list of a bunch of words, and they have to figure out which ones are verbs, and they have to go in and find it in a word search. And then the concentration game, when you play with your hands and it's like concentration 64. That game, but you have to list verbs instead of like names or colors or whatnot. And I am going to show you the website from my lesson plan. I might have to move it over. Maybe. It's not working. Being very annoying. Okay. Okay, so here is the website I used, and it has a bunch of games and quizzes. So for the games, there's a game called Sortify. And this is for parts of speech. So it tests you on more than just verbs. So all of these come up and the folders come up, and it tells you the instructions. So you get to kind of sort them. So angry, and that would be an adjective. And then you go in and you sort all the adjectives. So like purple, broken, and you can see which ones you put in. And some of these are also verbs, so it helps you learn a little more than just verbs. And then once you're done and everything is in a folder, you can go and submit it, and it'll tell you which ones are wrong. And it doesn't just stop there. You have to go and fix what you messed up. So that's really nice. So I can have them send in their screenshots of what they got at first, and then what their ending thing was, and also how long it took them to do. Move that back. And I do believe that the students can self-monitor their learning success and struggles. Students will have to keep track of how well they do with each activity, and they will submit their progress to me, possibly for a participation grade. All of these also help students set goals and develop strategies for improving their learning. Each activity will require a different approach to succeed. It's not a one-size-fits-all, so it'll help all students learn to what their individual ability is. And the tool does allow you to collect data or other information to monitor learning. All the websites I have linked for interactive games or quizzes, keeps track of how well they do on each assessment. That way they can try to improve each time they do it, and I can see how well they're doing and what I need to work on as a teacher to help them. And all the tools give students easier and faster access to feedback on their performance or understanding. And because all of them meet this, it does correspond with the UDL guidelines. Thanks.